Welcome to my channel. Today we are talking about a really special topic to me, and this is the topic of surrender. What I'm going to provide you with today is, yes, some channeled guidance from the Akashic Records on surrender, on helping you surrender with whatever that piece is that you are moving through. I also want to start off by talking a little bit about what I've learned around the process of surrender, what I realize it now is that I didn't realize it was before, and a little bit around what I've been through when it comes to learning how to surrender, because, you know, it really is a muscle. It is a muscle that we build when we go through really hard pieces. And I think about surrender in my life. Well, first and foremost, what is surrender? And here's what I've learned it is. Surrender is the process of releasing control of the things outside of you and refocusing that control within yourself, which is the only thing you really can control, is yourself, right? And it's about shifting your focus. Surrender is not giving up. It is not, you know, we think of surrender like waving the white flag, right? But this is not about defeat. It is not about giving up. To me, it's actually about trust. Trusting that you have the ability to only control yourself, and that when you release the control outside of you, you then also trust the universe, spirit, God, whatever you want to term it, that higher power to handle the rest. And this has been a big piece for me. I was going to say two big pieces that I've had to move through, but one of the biggest pieces that I've had to move through when it comes to surrender is a couple years ago, I made a really hard decision to go on antidepressants. And this was a really hard decision for me because, one, it has been, I've got two different incense going on right now. I've got some going on right here. It's blowing in my face. It was a really hard decision for me because throughout my life, I have wanted to control a lot. And before I went on my healing journey, wow, I really tried to control everything. Then I went on my healing journey. I built this beautiful connection with spirit. I learned how to trust. I learned how to surrender more and more. And then it got to this point where I needed to dig in deeper into my own healing. This was a couple years ago. And I realized that the antidepressants were going to help me reach a certain baseline in order to dig into really deep stuff. But there was a lot of trust that had to go into this decision because I didn't know how it was going to go. I didn't know if it was going to impact my intuitive connection. I had to trust. And there was this deeper piece within me that was coming through telling me, it's okay. Like, this is the right decision. And this is where having a connection within yourself is so important. This is where being able to spend time reflecting within yourself. This is where having a practice in coming home to yourself each day is so important, so you can hear that truth when it's coming through. And so I really had to surrender to the universe. Like, I trust that if this is the right decision for me, you are going to handle the rest here for me. And it did. It worked out to be absolutely the right decision. This year I came off of my antidepressants. It was a slow process. I weaned myself off slowly. And again, one of the best decisions that I needed to make. And I knew that it was time to come off them. I got a lot of healing done while I was on them, but I always knew it wasn't forever. And this isn't to knock them. I think that that medication is really important and can really support us in all the best ways. But for me, I knew that it wasn't a forever thing. And so then it became another big decision and surrendering to come off them. And, you know, this is really what it's about. It's, in my opinion, we learn our deepest lessons in surrender in our hardest experiences. Because there's almost this moment of realizing that we can't control everything. We don't have control of everything. It's kind of like an existential crisis that we go through each time we go through really hard experiences. But if you can trust the higher power, source, God, the universe, spirit, however you want to term it, if you can trust that there is something there guiding you through, and you can release some control of the outcome, the end goal, and refocus that control back within yourself to figure out, how do I support myself through this? And you release what's out there and you go in here and you do what you need to do in here to tap into that deeper self-trust. That's where the magic happens. And that's what surrender is all about. It is not about giving up. It is about discerning where to focus your energy, namely in here. So what I want to do now is open up to receive some guidance from the Akashic Records on behalf of this topic, and just see what wants to come through from the records. I have already opened them up. I opened them up before I began this video. And so I'm just going to take a moment to tap in here and see what wants to come through. You know that deeper peace, that deeper feeling, that decision, that step, that action. You know what you need to do. And sometimes the human in us is going to get scared because we can't see the end point. We can't see the destination. It is uncertain. It is unknown. It is unreachable. But that doesn't mean that you don't still do the thing. That's actually the most important piece here. Because when you do it without knowing that destination, without knowing what that end point will be, that is where you tap into such deeper levels of trust within yourself, with spirit, with this journey. And sometimes that's all we get to have is trust. And the more that you do that, the more that you release the control, the more that you let go, the more you loosen your grip on what you are trying to hold on to so tightly, the more you do that, the more that gets to come through. You see, when you are so focused on what you think that piece should be, or how you think it should look, or how you think it should feel, think. When you're so focused on that, you have these blinders on, and you cannot actually see the garden around you of what actually wants to come through, of what we want to give you. And when you release control, you take the blinders off, and you get to see so much more. You get to experience so much more. And it's not that it gets easier. You just get better at doing it. It is a muscle that you build. It is a muscle that you strengthen. This is the act of trust. Trust is not a noun, a person, place, or thing. It is a action that you take each and every day. And as you begin to practice trust in your life in so many different areas, but most importantly within yourself, this is where you become unbreakable on your path. And it doesn't matter what shows up. It doesn't matter what comes through. It doesn't matter what you come up against. You make it through. You climb the wall, you climb the mountain, you get over it and through it, under it, around it, but you make it through, and you realize that life is really just a series of these experiences, a series of experiences of trust. And the deeper that you can tap into that trust, the more in flow this path and this journey becomes for you. And so start to think of surrender as an act of trust, not just trusting what is outside of you. We don't want you to blindly trust. That's not always good for you. No, more importantly, it is about trusting here and trusting us, Spirit. And when you can focus on those two places of trust, everything else naturally falls into place. Everything else flows. Everything else works so effortlessly. Trust. And when you're scared and you don't know what to do, go in here. This isn't just where you will find yourself. This is also where you will find us, Spirit. We are here in that heart space. And when you connect in here each and every day, that's where you find that trust. When I just opened my eyes, it was 11:11. Oh, I love that stuff so much. Oh, thank you for being here. I hope that that message can support you in whatever way that you need it. And if you are needing deeper support on your journey, this is beautiful work that I do with clients. One-to-one readings in the Akashic Records, intuitive guidance sessions with Spirit. This is also beautiful work that we do in my group program, Journey to Your Records, where I help you tap into your deeper gifts, teach you how to access the records for yourself and others. And if you want to go deeper, this is beautiful work that we can explore within my somatic healing sessions. This is a bundle of 4 sessions to help bring you home to your power, to your heart, to your body, allow you to move through hard pieces and build such deep levels of trust within yourself amongst so much other pieces. Let me know if you need more guidance, more support on your journey, but above all, thank you for being here. Have a great day.